glass, let the worry slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worry slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. Sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worry slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Va salute and welcome to the weekend. Yes, I know you're thinking, well, wait, we still have 4 hours before the weekend. But remember, around here, we consider lunchtime on Friday to be the start of the weekend. Because honestly, what are you doing the rest of the day other than just watching the clock, waiting for the weekend to start? Let me start with a little sip first. And then, oh, I love it. And then I want to, of course, get into what all of you are saying, because that's the lifeblood of this channel, is all of you. Starting with Big Al Presents, who says, Troy is dreaming of a white Christmas martini. Hello and happy Friday, Liquid Lunchers. Have a great show, Troy, and wishing everyone a wonderful weekend. Yes, same to you, my friend. Absolutely. The love of my life is in the chat, asking everyone to like, share, subscribe, become a member, gift a membership if you are feeling particularly generous, and of course, wish her a happy birthday if you did not yesterday. In fact, even if you did yesterday, wish her a happy birthday. She is good people. She really, really is. Reminding us that I do have a membership drive going for $2 a month. You can become a member, support this channel and the things that we do here, as well as all the perks of membership, including the weekly members stream, which is Members Night at the Movies, where we get together and watch a movie together that you have chosen throughout the week from a poll, and just hang out together. Of course, you have easy access to me, just like you do here, in the chat, but a little bit more personal. If you have questions you want to ask me anything. I'm pretty much an open book. Gifted members are also welcome. help Last Call reach 100 members and 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Together we grow. We can do this. We absolutely can. You'd think that with over 1,600 subscribers, I'd be able to get to 2,000 fairly easily. That doesn't seem to be the case. If you guys are sharing out the streams and directly telling people, hey, subscribe to this guy, they're not doing it. Are they really your friends? Are they really your friends if they're not doing that? Little thing that you ask, it costs nothing. I've only been up for 3 hours. Why do I want a nap already? Yeah. Ask Netter about that. Ask her how she's feeling today. In fairness, we did go to bed late last night. And of course, Lynn is asking Netter, did you have a happy birthday? I hope you did. There, I've done the things. She's done all the clicky things. Thank you so much. Hail to you, Connie Cleary, the bird woman of YouTube, Fluff Chick Productions. Good to see you. Let's see. Lynn has been sipping on a hot cocoa, or she will be as soon as it cools down. I certainly understand that. Let's see here. JPRPH1. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, Curtis Selby, the Tired Midnight Blogger, says it's lunchtime. Yes, indeed. It absolutely is. And Jonathan Conroy says, hail all, smash the like button, and enjoy the show. Yes, I do hope you do that. I do hope you do that. Saying hi to each other, being social. Always love to see that. Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey, Troy. On break at work, but saying hi. Probably won't be here long. That's fine. You can always catch the review if you want to hear about the White Christmas Martini. Now, normally on a Friday, I would be talking about what I am sipping on tonight, but I might not be doing that because martinis are served cold, and I've been enjoying warm drinks lately. Lynn was talking about her hot cocoa. I've been enjoying mulled wine for the past 2 weeks in a row, and I will probably be doing so again tonight. But today, I wanted to talk about a drink that I saw that came up from Difford's Guide. This particular blend, this particular cocktail is from their website, theirs originally. When I went to find the recipe again so I could put it in the description below, I realized that there's actually a whole bunch of different white Christmas martinis out there. Not all made the same, but this one does look like it's going to be my favorite. So let's go ahead and get into it. Where's my share screen? Here we go. Oh, I'm a little off center. Well, I'm sure you can see that says White Christmas from Difford's. You can find it there. The link is in the description, but I do reproduce this is described below, but you could also go there because you might want to get caught up on those 20 best Halloween cocktails, or more timely right now, the 20 best Christmas cocktails. But this one contains vodka, orange vodka, vermouth, white creme de cacao, and Cockburn's White Heights port. I'm sure any port in a storm will do. And a little pinch of salt. So to prepare, you select a pre-chilled coupe glass. That's what that's called, a coupe glass. I don't know. Is this technically a coupe glass? It's just a stemless coupe glass. That's how I prefer to drink it. I think it's less likely to get knocked over, especially as I get 3-4 martinis in. Prepare a garnish of dehydrated orange slice wheel. I did not dehydrate it, but I understand why they say to, and we'll get to that in just a second. Stir all the ingredients with ice. Stir, not shake. Strain into the chilled glass. Garnish with dehydrated orange wheel. And you will notice that although it doesn't say it specifically, it does show it laying on top. I put it on the side, but I mean, okay, if I want to be, if I want to, there we go. I can do what they did. Actually, I now understand exactly why they lay it on top like that. You do get a lot of that orange flavor. And if you have dehydrated the orange wheel, you're going to have that cocktail kind of seep into it, but you're also going to have a very rich orange flavor diffuse out into your drink. So there you go. Why do we commonly associate oranges with Christmas? That doesn't make intuitive sense, right? Number one, orange is a citrus fruit, so it comes from tropical, temperate areas, not places where you got a lot of snow, right? That probably have the shorter days and longer nights of winter that lead you to these harvest and then scarcity periods where you have this coming together, fending off the dark, and so forth. What's the association? It starts in the industrial age. And you'll notice it's a very British thing, but it's kind of crossed over. This idea of an imported fruit that you ordinarily wouldn't be able to have, right? Oranges you can pretty much get all year round in tropical areas, but it was a treat. And when do you treat yourself? At the holidays, at Christmas. Yes, but pluralize it. Citruses. Yeah. I when I was a kid, my mom sent me to speech class for the S's. I wasn't good with the S's. I had a bit of a lisp. I don't do that anymore, but I do slur on occasion. Mm-hmm. So what went into citrusi? No, I don't think it's from the Latin, so I don't think that would apply. Although somebody feel free to look up the etymology on citrus. Where does that come from? Now I really am curious. I have an issue with S's too. There you go. So you will see this in a lot of, especially Victorian being the beginning of the industrial age, right? A lot of, and you look at Dickens and so forth. Dickens is kind of our model for the Victorian Christmas. Children used to hang their stockings, on the mantle, and Father Christmas would bring them oranges and nuts. Again, why is that? Because most nuts were shipped from elsewhere in the empire, right? Oranges also shipped in from across the Mediterranean. So these were imported things, kind of expensive, probably available fairly readily, but for your working class who were lucky to have a job, let alone, be worried about, where their next meal was coming from, let alone luxury items like an orange and nuts. This was a big deal. So it was a huge treat. Also, you have to also remember that sugar was not as ubiquitous as it is now. It was starting to become more and more in vogue, right? As refining of sugar became more prevalent. So you would start seeing more and more recipes that were calling for white sugar as opposed to treacle or molasses or whatever. But sugar and sweets were still a treat. And sometimes something like an orange was just like candy to those children. I think we have become spoiled. We really have. When you can grab, your choice of candies for relatively little money throughout the year, you forget that that was not necessarily available to the average child for most of history. So at Christmas, something like sugar plums. Look up a recipe for sugar plums. They're meh. From our perspective, they were, oh my gosh, to kids back then. We're getting a thank you for this. This is exactly what I was looking for. The generic name citrus originates. Oh, it is from Latin. Okay, thank you. Where it denoted either the citron or a conifer tree. The Latin word. That's interesting because citrus doesn't come from conifer trees, but okay. The Latin word is related to the ancient Greek word for cedar of Lebanon. Okay, fair enough. I'm not even going to attempt that. Kedros, perhaps from a perceived similarity to the smell of citrus leaves and fruit with that of cedar. Okay, that actually does make sense. And yes, I suppose in Latin, citrus would be pluralized as citri. You're probably right about that. So there you go, Lynn. I think you might have been right on that. Although I suspect now that it's been anglicized, it probably is citruses. I am trying to break myself of the Slavic adherence to Latin for Latin-based words, simply because they are no longer Latin words. They are now English words, and they should be subject to the same rules of grammar as English words. That's why I have no problem splitting the infinitive. You know why you never split the infinitive? Because prigs who slovenly adhered to Latin rules, you can't split an infinitive in Latin because Latin words didn't have separate infinitives. The object word, or the verb was conjugated rather than is, was, were, and so forth. So there's a difference in grammar, and therefore there has to be a different set of rules. Two split infinitive that no one has split before. I don't know. I think every infinitive has been split at some point in time, and some prig was coming along saying, don't split your infinitives and don't dangle your participles. I follow the channel Rob Words. He's a great Brit kid who talks about the origin and etymology of words, and I love it. Welcome, Fletcher Williams. I Suck at Gaming's channel. Driving and lurking. Yeah, well, if you're driving, don't be typing. Well, I mean, I suppose you can always not voice to speech. What is it? Voice to text is what I'm trying to say. But there you go. Anyway, I want to take a look again at what's in this. So we got. Hear me talking grammar here. We have two different kinds of vodka. Obviously, of one bringing the orange. I suppose my inclination would just be to go with 2 ounces of the orange vodka, but since you're using the dehydrated orange wheel, maybe that's where the balance comes in. I'm not huge on garnishes. I kind of feel like all of the flavors should be in the drink, but that's just me. Of course, you have a dry vermouth, a white creme de cacao, Yeah, that's what brings the milkiness to it. I'm good with that. That's the white. It's that wintry look, right? Um, and a little bit of Cockburn's White Height port. So is that a white port? I need to look into this. That's not what I used here. But I'm going to need to look into that because I've never had a white port before. But I think that would be an interesting flavor. A port made from white grapes, right? It makes sense. I kind of feel like it must do exist. Mark Malnikoff says, Mech Paul, have a great stream. I'm at the shithole of the dilithium mines early. Have a great stream. Looking forward to hearing an update on your situation there. If you're still looking to transfer out or what your decision is there. I understand it can be challenging, but see, and this is one of the reasons I'm kind of annoyed, because now that orange is about the size of the 1/3 mark of the drink, of the glass. So it's hovering now half above my drink. But then again, if I had it on the rim, it wouldn't be in the drink either. So I don't know. Chances are what's left, the rest of those oranges are going to get sliced up and heated up in my mulled wine tonight. So yeah, that really is it. Maybe let's take just because we have the time. Just because we have the time, not because I'm going to change what I'm drinking tonight. Thought I'd take a quick look at these drinks. Okay, so my suspicion was correct. White port is made from white grapes. Okay, sure. A new style of white aperitif port, 1934. I will have to look into it. Made from traditional white grape varieties, it is fermented for longer than usual to give it a crisp, dry finish. I now see the logic of a white port in this drink. I am going to have to look into that maybe in the next couple weeks. You know, winter is still going to run for about another 2 months here in the Chicagoland area, so I've got some time. But I think this is a really cool looking garnish here. Let's see if they talk about what's in it. So this is a celebration, cognac vermouth, okay, champagne snowball, chocolate orange espresso martini sounds good. Christmas cosmopolitan pictured above. Cranberry sauce with your turkey and cranberry juice in your Cosmo. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so cognac, triple sec, Felernum, cranberry juice, and lime juice. Pre-chilled coupe glass, rosemary sprig, and dried cranberries. So think about that. Rosemary, kind of looking a lot like pine needles. I get it. And I think rosemary would bring a nice little flavor to it. I dig that. Also this year, I've come to realize I like cranberries a whole lot more than I thought I did. And I just mean eating them straight. That's just some good stuff. But yes, I have been heating them up in my port wine as well. So let's back up. Christmas pudding and custard. As the name suggests, this cocktail combines flavors reminiscent of alcoholic custard. Resembling, okay. That's very interesting. But I think I'd go more for an eggnog for the eggy portion of it. Max Miller has a great recipe for eggnog, which I will probably be making this weekend. This is an excellent looking Cosmopolitan. Vodka, cranberry juice, Disaronno, amaretto. I actually have all of these freshly squeezed lime, Angostura bitters. Orange zest twist, garnish with red currants. Good luck finding fresh currants, though. That's going to be a problem. But I could totally make this. I may end up making this next week. We may be revisiting this next week. Cinnamon and pomegranate martini. Margarita. That sounds like something Netter would enjoy. Elf on a Shelf. Tequila. Okay. Gingerbread martini. We talked about that previously. I think I might end up making that this season too. Mulled Negroni. We talked about that as well. Port Old Fashioned. Santa Margaret Daiquiri. Slow Grony. Interesting. This is the one I'm having right now. A Jamaican daiquiri with Christmas spices. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'll be bookmarking that. That's probably going to be some fun. Let me refill this so that my orange is floating again. Last time this week we'll be doing the promos, and then we'll talk on the other side. Be right back in just under 2.5 minutes.
You are watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together.
This week on Netter's Network Retro Cinema, we'll take a rare glimpse into the relationship between beloved children's author A.A. Milne and his son Christopher Robin, whose toys inspired the magical world of Winnie the Pooh. Domhnall Gleeson and Margot Robbie star in the 2017 biographical drama, Goodbye Christopher Robin. Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, on Netter's Network.
In a world where nearly all the entertainment is remakes, reboots, and rehashes of older properties, maybe it's worth it to get some commentary from people who experienced it all when it was novel and fresh. Catch Boomer and Pacelli on Geeky Geezers every Sunday night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
Every Monday night is Members Night at the movies on Last Call. Members enjoy an exclusive watch party just for them, and you can join too for as little as $1.99 a month. This week, the members are choosing a film from 4 non-Christmas films that have some great Christmas moments, and in some cases, iconically so. Members, go vote, and then join us Monday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And if you're not a member, please consider it. It really helps support what we do here at Last Call. Thanks.
This week on Last Call presents The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. A young woman fears for her life and asks for Holmes's help when her ill-tempered stepfather moves her into the same room where her sister died under mysterious circumstances. Can Holmes save young Miss Helen Stoner from the Speckled Band? Find out this week on Last Call Presents, Tuesday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
We now return to our liquid lunch.
So, for those of you that are curious what the current tally is on that vote, we have the Lemon Drop Kid and the Shop Around the Corner tied for second place. Meet Me in St. Louis is in first place, and coming up the rear is It Happened on Fifth Avenue. All of which, as I said, are associated with Christmas. So Shop Around the Corner and It Happened on Fifth Avenue have plots in which Christmas is a driving force, especially in the later part of the story. Meet Me in St. Louis, of course, that's where the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas originated. Very sad story towards the end. And Judy Garland sings the song, very bittersweet, to try to help her younger sister to have a stiff upper lip about a situation they're going through. And of course, the Lemon Drop Kid, Bob Hope. I believe the movie actually opens up with Silver Bells, which of course originated with that movie. Great Christmas song. I remember that here in the Chicagoland area, WGN, which is where Svengoolie kind of came from, for those of you that are watching him in syndication and didn't realize that. He's a local boy. They would have these bumpers during the holiday season where they would play these little segments. So you'd have the little segment from Meet Me in St. Louis of Judy Garland, maybe not singing the whole song, but a portion of the song. The portion of Lemon Drop Kid, Bob Hope singing Silver Bells and so forth. And of course, excerpts from TV shows like the Andy Griffith Show, and I can't remember what that famous Christmas song is that he sings. Oh, I think it's Away in a Manger. No, it's not him singing. He's playing the guitar. What's her name? Is singing in that one. Anyway, they're in the sheriff's station. And as you know, there was a lot of classic TV shows that had Christmas episodes, Christmas songs, and so forth. So they would have these little clips, like right in the middle of the commercials throughout the holiday seasons. It's kind of thing I miss, but something that I will be integrating into our Christmas Eve, Christmas Day marathons. For those of you that stop by, join, there will be a Cosme link. I'll have stuff running. I'm literally going to have stuff running all night, Christmas Eve night. I won't necessarily be here monitoring it the whole time. I am going to get some sleep, but if you want to just pop into the Cosme and watch some of the films and clips that I'm sharing there, might be a lot of fun. But because let's face it, I love this community, and that is the essence of what holidays are about, the community. So I'd love to know what you guys are going to be planning on sipping on tonight, as tonight, last call, Netter and Boomer and myself and whomever else wants to join us. Deleted scenes, I would assume. I'm going to send out invitations to a few other channels. We're doing our karaoke stream tonight. So the way this works, for those of you that haven't seen one of my karaoke streams before, we'll start out over here. Well, I got my white beard going, right? I have a few extra pounds to lose, I suppose. So what are we saying there? Yeah, which does remind me too. After the stream, I'm going to go to the NORAD website, see where Santa Claus is in his preparations. But yep. So tonight, regular time, 9:00 Central, right here on my channel, we will start. And do like we do on every stream, say hi to every single individual one of you, because you are all so important to me. Greet you, come on in, and then we will migrate over to the green machine. There's no way for me to forward you there, so I have to ask you to click on the link below. I have a whole song about that. where we will go over to the Green Machine, the platform of freedom, where we don't have to deal with constant copyright quibbles because, you know, our horrible off-key singing is somehow a danger to the music industry or something like that. And have a great time. We will almost certainly be singing a nice happy birthday to Netter. And I would imagine most of the songs we sing tonight will be Christmas songs, or songs that are set at Christmas time, if you prefer, Big Al. Because as we looked at last Friday, I never really thought about this. Last Christmas technically isn't a Christmas song per se. It's just a song that references Christmas because that's when last year this dude broke up with his girlfriend. And we assume girlfriend, could be boyfriend. I don't know these days. But I will point out that they do have Jingle Bells in the background music, so I think that implies they wanted to draw on the Christmas thing. And let's face it, it has now become a song that everyone sings, at Christmas time. Maybe not as ubiquitous as All I Want for Christmas Is You, but it absolutely is. Christmas at Ground Zero. That's a Big Al. It's Little Al, right? That's Weird Al, isn't it? I believe it is. Definitely The Night Santa Went Crazy is a Weird Al song. That for sure. No, actually, now I think Christmas at Ground Zero predates Weird Al. Someone help me out with that. Somebody knows who sang that. But The Night Santa Went Crazy is absolutely and yes, those are absolutely possible options for karaoke. For those of you that have never actually done the karaoke with me, I'll give you a link so that you can come into the studio to sing with me. You're going to need to find your own accompaniment music. Find it on YouTube or wherever. Share your screen, share it so that we can put you up and you can. Here's the thing. If I take a backing track and play it and you sing along with me, you won't be synced up with it. There is a lag by a couple of seconds that completely throws the song off for anybody who's listening. You really do need to be sharing the backtrack yourself so that they're both coming through at the same time. Christmas at Ground Zero by Weird Al Yankovic, 1986. Okay. I wasn't certain, but there you go. That one is not as well known, I think, as The Night Santa Went Crazy. But I saw somebody on YouTube a couple of years ago or maybe this is the official video, I don't know, did a video of The Night Santa Went Crazy in that claymation style of the old Rankin and Bass. And it's pretty graphic, pretty horrific in the funniest way. There's a lot of great Christmas that kind of parody from what was it? The comedy channel. What was it? With the Mego figures and whatnot. Oh gosh, Robot Chicken. That's what I was trying to think of. Robot Chicken does a lot of great Christmas parodies. There was one, I didn't quite get the joke. It was some pop singer girl who, I guess the joke was she's not a real girl, she's a robot, and she takes over for Santa and like starts killing a bunch of people. But because I didn't know who the pop artist was or why this was funny, I kind of didn't get it. But that's what happens when you get old. You don't get all the pop cultural references. And then when you make a pop cultural reference from the past, the kids look at you like, huh? Like the old joke, did you hear that Paul McCartney was in a band before Wings? Yeah, that's a dated joke. I realized when somebody said, what's Wings? And who's Paul McCartney? Oh, God. You ever heard of the Beatles, kid? Oh, Big Al dropped the link to the video. Thank you. There you go. So I wasn't completely off my rocker. Well, I am completely off my rocker, but that wasn't an indication of it. But yeah. So any other great Christmas? Where are we at on this? What is today's date? Today is the 12th. Today is Frank Sinatra's birthday. December 12th. We are less than 2 weeks from Christmas. We are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days away. 12 days away. On the 12th day of Christmas and blah, 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 blah. So I hope everybody... I am not quite ready. I did go shopping yesterday for some things we needed more immediately, but I realized that there are some things I still need to get. I haven't gotten the ravioli yet. Yes, I could make it from scratch, but I have too many other things that I want to make this year, so I'm just going to do it grandma's way. Just boil the frozen stuff. Oh, and an animated one as well. Cool. My nephew hates that chick who covered Zombie, Dolores O'Riordan. Covered it? Who sang it originally? Anyway. And didn't the girl who sang Zombie, didn't she die not too long ago? She died really young. Unless I'm completely mistaking two songs or two different singers. She did. Okay. I was right. Let's see. So yeah, I still got to get the ravioli, and I'm definitely making garlic bread for Christmas this year. I always felt cheated at Thanksgiving that I didn't get to have garlic bread at Thanksgiving. Because, well, you've already got stuffing and you've already got biscuits. I don't want biscuits. I want garlic bread. So I'm going to make garlic bread to go with the ravioli. Since we're not having turkey, we're not having stuffing, we're having ham. So I get that latitude at Christmas. He likes random rock bands covering it and think her version is crap. Oh, gosh. Person who wrote the song and had personal meaning, crap to... Yeah, I know, right? She actually understands what the song means. She wrote it. Make him... tell him he should be watching Professor of Rock. He needs to learn the history of a lot of these songs. Most kids have bad takes on things, which is why us older folks need to educate them. And tell them what's what. Dolores O'Riordan passed away in 2018 at the age of 46. That is young. That's a hill I'll die on eventually, a long time from now. I hope. But yeah, that's young. Yeah. I am now at an age where I can say if you're under 50, you're a kid. And that's why, even though Rich Coase is actually older than I am, he was a kid during the time I was talking about. Has it been that long? It feels like just a couple of years ago. Not before COVID. I know, right? I don't think COVID is hell, it might be a factor. But I really am recognizing that whole thing about age. When you are a kid, and you're counting the days to Christmas. It's gonna take forever. There's 3 weeks till, there's 2 weeks till Christmas. Oh my gosh, that's so far away. Now it's like, it's a freaking blink. It's like, wait a minute, what happened to the past 2 weeks? What happened to the past year? And I've read all the psychological articles about why, perception of time. It has to do with, how long you've been around and how many years you've seen, and you start to get more perspective. I wish there was some way you could be a child and still realize how valuable your time is. We try to impart that on kids, and I don't think any generation ever truly succeeds. Until some nightmarish, horrific day when we start being able to figure out how to transfer our consciousness into younger bodies. When we have preborns with 80 years of life in them, starting life all over again. God, that sounds like the formula for dystopia. It doesn't help that I wrote my Christmas stories in August and September, and I'm currently writing February and March. Yeah, there's that. Well, it's also because writing takes longer than, actually experiencing it. So I get that. This is why you always hear so many Christmas movies were filmed on the hottest summer day of that year. It's what you want to do if you want to get it put out by Christmas, just saying. But and that's the other thing I always wondered about too. They talk about, let's face it, most Hollywood films are starring people that live in California, studios that are centered in California, Central and Southern California mostly. And they're trying to depict Midwestern winters, with no idea what those winters are like. So I totally get filming in New York, Miracle on 34th Street, and so forth. But anyway, I'm a little behind. I have 19 days to finish my March stories. Well, yeah, you gotta almost make it into a forced march, and sometimes that helps. Sometimes you end up doing some of your best work under pressure. At least I have. Okay, let's bring this to a close. I always try to make the Friday show a little bit shorter so that we can get on with the day, finish things up, so that we can get to the fun stuff. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to chauffeur everybody over to Wilkie's Movies and Music for his Friday afternoon show, as we do every Friday. Don't forget to join Big Al tonight for Krampus, which would make a great lead into the karaoke stream later in the evening. That's all I know of that's going on tonight, because to be honest with you, by the time I'm done singing, I ain't going to be doing much more than staggering up the stairs, if I can even manage that. Yes, take care, JPRPH1 and everyone else. I hope you all have had a wonderful time sharing your liquid lunch and getting ready for the holidays and just shooting the breeze with some friends. Everyone, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Looking forward to the weekend. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Take care of yourselves, drink responsibly, and stay hydrated. And hope to see you on the next one, which is right now over at Wilkie's Movies and Music. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.